Well, I think what we've tried to emphasize this week, especially coming off a bye week, not being in the rhythm of sort of a normal week, is how important preparation is. I mean, I don't care what you're doing. Even if you're cutting down a tree, you may spend 4 or 5 hours preparing to do it, and it takes 10 minutes to cut it down. So, the important thing is guys stay focused. We've been good. The players have been good. I thought the energy and enthusiasm in practice this week has been good. So, they got a lot of good players, and this is going to be a challenging game for us. It's always a tough physical game with these guys. So we definitely need to, challenge each other. I think that's one of the things that is important on any team, that you have the kind of leadership that challenges each other. And there's more than just one or two people that do that. And you challenge them so they do the right things, and it creates value for them. I don't care if it's off the field, on the field, in the classroom. And I think it's important that we influence and impact people in a positive way so that they have a better chance to be successful.
Okay, with that, we'll get things started with Michael Casagrande. Michael?
Yeah, how would you define the optimal balance between rushing and passing on offense?
I don't know that I really define it. I think you really do what you have to do to move the ball, win the game. Some people play to stop the run. They play extra guys in the box. So there's more opportunities in the passing game. So you don't want to, try to beat your head up against the wall. So you say, okay, we rush for over 150 yards today. Other teams are more split safety oriented. I give you more opportunities to run it. So maybe in those games you run it for a little more, pass it for a little less. But I think the number one thing you want to do is take advantage of what the defense gives you, rather than is there some number that you're trying to get to. I think it's more important that when you do run it, that we have positive runs, which means we're going to make 4 or 5 yards a carry per average, and not have negative plays, because the design of the plays are well schemed so that we get a hat on a hat and have a chance to be successful. And I think it's the same way when you pass it. It's, what's your pass per attempt? That's probably more important than any final number.
We'll go to Nick Kelly in Tuscaloosa.
You mentioned on Monday that Drew Sanders is going to be practicing this week. How has he progressed the last few days?
Oh, he's practiced well. He's been able to practice, hadn't had any issues or problems. They'll do another check on him, at the end of the week, and see what the plan is relative to clearing him, for the game. But we'll just have to wait and see on that.
We will go to Charlie Potter next. Charlie?
Yeah, hey, Coach. Earlier this week, Phil Mathis used the quote, "You're remembered for what you do in November." He said you guys use that in the building a lot. Obviously, you're not looking ahead to future games, but how important is that to get that message across to finish the season out the right way?
Yeah, well, this is November, all right? So it's important to start it the right way. Play one play at a time, one game at a time, one quarter at a time, one team at a time, and be able to maintain your ability to stay focused so that you continue to improve as a team. And, from my perspective, I don't want to wear the players out so that our explosive movement and our speed is going in the wrong direction through a long season. So we want to make sure that, we're sort of going in this direction physically, but keeping the right mental frame of mind, psychological disposition to work and practice. One of the things that has been pretty obvious is the guys that practice well, they end up playing well. And, so because you develop consistency in your habits and what you do every day. And I think that's something that we've really tried to stretch with the players. And I think we've done a better job of practicing the last couple of weeks.
We'll go to Mike Rodak.
What have you seen from Roydell and Trey Sanders after Jace went down? And what's the latest on Camar Wheaton's recovery?
Camar Wheaton's still rehabbing. He's not on the field yet. He's got a ways to go. Those guys have done well. They've all done a good job. They've done a good job when they get opportunities in the game. I think their experience is certainly helping their confidence. And, we've been really pleased, with what they've been able to do to this point.
Got a follow up from Michael.
Yes. How would you define our first down running? How would you assess your ability to run the ball effectively on first downs?
I think it's been good. I think maybe the consistency could be a little bit better. We've had some really good opportunities on first down, and then we've had some where, we get those 0, 1, 2-yard gains. But again, I think it's a combination of getting a hat on a hat, runners pressing holes, so the blockers have a best chance to block them. And, we want to create positive down and distance so that when we get to third down, we don't have as many third and longs as, we've had in some games. And we've done a good job of converting third downs, but you want to be in a more manageable third down situation to keep drives alive and also make explosive plays running the ball. I think we've done a fairly good job of that. We just haven't been as consistent as we'd like to be.
And unless we have a follow up, we'll finish up with James Hill.
Coach, James Hill with BNC Sports. Alabama, you guys are undefeated at home. Can you just talk about coming in and just playing your type of football Bama built and just looking for another victory?
Well, I think that, we try to get the guys to compete, to be the best players they can be, play one play at a time, be relentless in terms of your effort, your toughness, and how you go about focusing on doing your job on that particular play, and don't worry about the scoreboard and just, keep competing in the game. And I think when we play that way, it's a lot more fun. I don't think these players should be anxious about outcomes. I think they should stay focused on, the process of what they need to do to get the outcome that we have, that we want to accomplish for our team. There's going to be good things happen in the game. We got to respond positively to that. And when bad things happen in a game, we got to go play the next play and don't get frustrated and respond in a positive way to that. And I think everybody's got to challenge each other to be able to do that on a consistent basis. And that's certainly, what we're trying to do. Now, I think all that starts with how motivated are you relative to the sense of purpose that you have and what you want to accomplish and what you want to do. So all kind of goes hand in hand.
Okay, we do have one last follow up and we'll finish up with Charlie.
Yeah, Coach, I'm sure you saw the news about Henry Ruggs. Just have a comment on that and the incident that occurred in Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, our thoughts and prayers, certainly go out to all involved in this, tragic situation, especially the victims. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly with them. But our thoughts and prayers are also with Henry, his family. And I think this is something that a lot of folks can learn from. I think a lot of players on our team, when we say challenge people to make good choices and decisions, do the right thing, because sometimes the consequences can be devastating. And these consequences are going to probably be pretty devastating to Henry. We love him. We're going to support him through it. But we also have a lot of compassion for the victims, and our thoughts and prayers are also with them.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.